Lavi-davy, I'm Lavi. Lavi is Patrick Antonius and Bill Ivy. I figured, speaking of this, something sparked my interest. Give me an idea. 1 second. I folds my hand. Practicing my online poker, getting ready for when I get back to the tables. As you can see. I'd like to talk about solutions. Solutions versus the regurgitation. Not sure if I spelled regurgitation properly. I'm pretty good at sounding words out, but I've become sadly dependent upon the autocorrection. Alright. This is an opportunity here where I'm going to raise. Throw it in for a buck because he's betting low there on the dealer. 9 chances out of 10 he'll fold, and if he doesn't, I got a decent hand. Oh wow, that dude re-raised. So that's the chance for me to go show him my ace. Fold. Did it again. It sticks to my lip. All right. I'd like to talk about some solutions if I can. Versus all the regurgitated information, disinformation, whatever you want to call it. We can talk about what we know, or we can talk about what we don't know, and then try to figure that out. Because it seems like all we're doing is just regurgitating what we think we know. And I'm included in that one. I think it makes more sense. It'll be more constructive. It's like a hair. That's what happens when you have two kitties. There's always hair in and around your mouth, your orifices everywhere. Solutions. What are we going to do about the chemtrailing? I had a good idea that was brought to my attention, and that was everybody set up a GoFundMe page and then use that to analyze the rain and snow samples, land samples, air samples, whatever we need, because we need a nanoparticulate test. So we should all set up a GoFundMe page and start doing that and work toward it. I know, right? It was more in like the corner of my mouth, but you feel my pain. When I was younger, I'd be like, oh no, there's a hair in my food. Now I'm just like, move it to the side. It's funny what you become conditioned to. Just like what we're talking about, the conditioning that's out there. We're conditioned to complain about things, but not actually come to a resolution. We're conditioned to look to people above us for resolutions instead of coming to conclusions on our own, instead of working together. That's why they want us segregated. Because if we work together, then we might come up with a solution. That's why they eat together. They meet together all the time. They tell you, oh, we're meeting in these Bilderberg groups. And they say, oh, it's secret. Oh, you're not allowed to be here. They ain't talking about shit. When they really talk, they talk. They ain't talking about nothing at these meetings. Nothing beyond what you can already find out, or a bunch of disinformation. Seriously, come on. Would they really telegraph where they're going to be? That's how Alex Jones got so big. Sorry, shill warning. Alex Jones being mentioned. I've been told to give warnings. Sorry, I had no prior warning that I was going to mention his name. And I think people need to start coming to some solutions for things. So maybe we should start doing videos about what we're going to do about it instead of just discussing all the information we got and how everyone is not awake and people aren't paying attention. That's just a fucking definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Which I find hilarious how a lot of people do different things over and over, expecting the same result. I find that a bit of an oxymoron as well. You know, the point of making mistakes is to learn from them. But it doesn't seem like we're learning from our mistakes. Individually and as a society. Excuse me. I have to burp when it comes. No joke, I literally couldn't burp until my 20s. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I got a small mouth. I do. I gotta see. It's that. That's how small my mouth is. It's very tiny compared to my hands, which are huge. My hand encompasses my whole face, but my jaw is only tiny. But I got a lot of shit to say, so I end up biting my fucking lip all the time. Anytime I try to freestyle and shit. My bad. I apologize. If you see me looking to the right, it's because I'm playing poker at the same time. Yeah, exactly, right? What is he doing? He's just doing nothing but just irritating people. And then he's just actually giving people a bad name is what he's doing. Giving people who actually give a shit a bad name. He's like, you know, it's like anything. They say, oh, well, one person ruined it for everybody. So what they're purposely doing is getting someone to go out there and sabotage the whole thing. You know, anything that tries to be done, they sabotage it. They infiltrate it. And then they make it seem like it's not what it is. Or they take something good and then they turn it into something bad. You know? Like when they took taxes, which were something that we watch in film, which represents our history. It's a depiction of our history. And they're talking about how they would come and pillage our villages. And then it got to the point where we fought back. And then they infiltrated as we fought back. So we thought that things were fine, but they weren't. Hence the reason for all this secret society talk. You know, not too fucking secret. These are the constructs that they have put out there. They want you to think that these secret societies run everything when it's not the case. These are just spider web. These are just associations. These are just fall guys so that people can go, oh, it's the Masons. Oh, it's the church. Oh, it's the government. Oh, it's these people doing it. No, these things are just tools. Exactly. That is the definition of a shill. There's good shills and there's bad shills. And he is 100% a bad shill. I haven't seen many good shills, to be honest. I haven't met any of them, so I can't say with 100% assurity that I believe that they are acting genuinely. Because that is definitely not the case. If it was, then, like you say, things would improve. And there would be more coverage. They wouldn't be speaking like they do. They would be approaching every topic, not just what they call cherry picking topics. They would be more broad, like we are, talking about everything under the sun and over the sun and in between and around it. And what we don't know is there. One of the best things that ever happened to me was getting snowblind. Because now I can see shit. I see fucking things floating around all the time. And I know it's not my vision. Because I can see perfect. Just as good as I always could. Read perfect. I pick up things in my peripheral fine. No, I'm actually seeing things floating around. Which is fucking cool. Yeah, right? That's just laughing in people's faces. You could see the glitch in the system. It was a total glitch. It went from it being in the bay and then all of a sudden it wasn't in the bay. It's like, go on with your bullshit. This is all CGI. So all you have to do is just look at any movie or any film and then compare it and it looks almost identical. pile of shit. Oh, look at this dude. He's fucking aggressive. I'm gonna check. He's gonna throw in probably a big bet. Oh, that means he doesn't have an ace. So now I'm gonna bet. He called. Now I check again. Now he throws in a big bet and then I fold. Or do I call? Make a hero call. No, he probably had king 10. He probably had 3 of a kind. Wanted to check it back. Then he just called. Now he's gonna bet. Yeah. Let's refold and you call it a day. This is why playing online is a pile of shit. Because I have no idea what that person is doing. I have no idea if he's good or not. Just like people online and people that you see on TV, you have no idea what their intentions are unless you can look at them. That's why I do videos like this. So you can see my fucking face, you can see the inflections in when I'm speaking, and you can determine for yourself, do your own depicting, do your own discernment of what I'm saying. None of this fucking bullshit scripted crap where you have no idea what people are doing or what they're saying or genuinity. There is no fucking measurement for it. I find most people are just fucking feeding their ego, and I know because I used to do the exact same thing. I don't even know what the ego was. Yeah, it does take a lot of patience. You do have to fold a lot. I do agree. But when you play cash game, it's not so much. That's where the money is at. You need to play live. Playing online is just, you need to play at really, really high limits. That way, when you're being really patient, it pays off. Because if you double up your money, well, then you double up $1,000. So you made $1,000 a day. But when I sit here and I play for fucking 8 hours with $5 and then I'm up to $12, I made $7 in 7 hours. And then I'll go play again later. And then I'll get unlucky and lose $5. And so what? I only made $2 all day? Like, it's just, that is a waste of your time. No one has the time to sit down and grind like that. It is absolutely ridiculous. And even with that time, you're not going to accomplish anything because you have everybody else trying to do the exact same thing. Whereas if you go out and you play live, you have people that are trying to have a good time. People just want to enjoy themselves. They want to get lucky. They're just out. It's not the same thing. No, you got banned from PokerStars. That's awesome. I got banned from Twitter. I'm still banned from Twitter until I give my phone number, which is never going to happen. Which I keep tempting to do because I had so many people that added me. Like, I even had Jerry Seinfeld add me. I had George LaRock, the hockey player, add me. I had some meteorologists following me and shit. Like, I had a pretty decent following going on that. It was getting up to 1,000 and climbing. Like, getting, like, actual people into industry. Yeah, I know. The U.S. is ridiculous. I'm actually, it's one of the only reasons that I'm happy that I have a criminal record, because they won't allow me into the U.S. I mean, seriously. The whole place is just ridiculous. You got 50 individually politically quarantined zones that they call states with individually different laws. So if you don't know them, you could get thrown in jail. Like, seriously. And then who knows what's going to happen when you're in there. Raped, killed, infected with some type of disease that the corporations won't allow to be legal because they want to make money off you being sick. No, fuck that. Now, I know they're going to turn it into the Amero soon when the North American Union comes in. That's already happening now with the pipeline. I mean, really, it's just a name. The only difference is going to be the currency and the borders dropping. They're already doing that with all the, everyone flooding to Canada. Yeah, right? Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. A felony to possess a fucking plant that helps you expand your mind. The cops who enforce these laws, I don't even know how they can live with themselves knowing what they put people through because they smoke weed. It's like, wow. And you guys will go fucking drink and beat your wives, but we'll smoke some weed and then open our minds. Who dies from smoking weed? Nobody. Who robs a bank from smoking weed? Nobody. Nobody does these things. What do alcoholics do? Get behind the wheel and kill people. The NCOs? BCOs? I don't know the acronym. I'm not sure what that acronym is. That's because they're businesses and you can't... Oh, okay, yeah. Exactly my point. Countries are just companies. The presidents are literally like companies. If you look at a company, they have a president and a CEO. What do our countries have? Presidents or prime ministers. They all still report back to the CEO, which is the Queen. And we don't even know if she's in charge. She's probably just a fall lady, which at her age isn't very difficult. What was that for your bird? What was that for your bird? Oh. He made a little cute noise. Exactly. They are all one and the same entity. And that is part of the trickery, is convincing people that there is a difference, that there is separation, like they say, between church and state. There's never been a government organization that was never a little religious, and never a religious organization that wasn't political in its nature. I know, right? That's probably a whole bunch of propaganda too, you know? More misleading. Makes people look like they're crazy, because when they think about royals, they go, oh yeah, the lizards, ha 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 ha. And then they just laugh it off and they go about their day, when meanwhile there probably is some truth to it, whether it's them or not. You know, whether there is even any such thing as this, whether what we're seeing are probably just hybrids, clones, androids. We know that they've been cloning people since the 30s. We're not sure who that particular first elite was to get cloned, but for all we know, they've been cloning a long time. We know that Tesla had his energy back in the late 1800s. And Frankenstein, that's old. So they've been working on this, theorizing on this. What do you think people with no jobs and all the money in the world and all the influence do? Whatever the fuck they want, which would be all of the most crazy, most fucked up things possible. And that's what all of our cinema is based off of. All of these theories of what these motherfuckers have been doing, are doing, has been done, or are attempting to do. In a culmination of one huge momentous event that people see broke down in a culmination of seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, decades, centuries, eons. But it's all just one wave going up and down. Exactly. Well, a system is just Roman for sewer, which is a place where your excrement gets moved and transferred into the place where it gets cleaned and recycled back out into your water that you drink. So yeah, systems are a lovely aspect of society. Get me a system. I love being conformed in a system. Can you sense the sarcasm? I can feel it. It's like fucking steam in here. I'm sweating with sarcasm. Fucking perspiring it. I find it's better to be sarcastic, because then at least when because you're so bombarded with so much negativity, you know, I could be like, oh, that sucks, that's terrible. But instead, I'll just be sarcastic and be like, how wonderful is that? You know, like what are you supposed to do? Be all hateful. Yeah, I know, I've heard. They try to glorify UK like it's so amazing, but yet if you try to take a leak outside in a public place, you'll get thrown in jail or at least fined for it. Right? Yeah, I think sarcasm is some of the best humor, to be honest. Really makes you think. It's quick too, you know, it's clever. After a while, it just becomes like rhyming or like anything. becomes like a natural part of your psyche, and it is one of the coping mechanisms along with weed that I've adapted over the years to help cope with all of this nonsense that we fucking agree as a fucking reality. Can you imagine what things would really look like if we just stopped accepting all of these constructs? Yeah, no, me too. Loki. I like Loki. He's pretty dope. JME, he's got good beats. Stormzy, he's got some good flow. Bongo, never heard of him. Bongo. I'll check that out. I'm always looking for new artists. I find a lot of the artists over here, they're just one way and they're jaded in their perspectives and point of views and stuff. I mean, fuck, I can't even get any collabs over here. I actually got fucking 6 cents all fucking butthurt. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking pompous people over here too. We run into a lot of that. It's one of the reasons we were looking forward to moving up here. It is a bit better on the mainland. Oh, not Bingo Artists. Haha. I thought you were saying his rap name was Bingo. That's hilarious. I had to fucking look. I was about to search it and everything, and all it comes up: Bingo song, Bingo Jacobs, Sardarus, and Bingo Banjo Bongo. What's a good idea? I'm sorry. Oh, haha. Yeah. I'd say there probably is one. When I came up with my rap name, I realized there was Mr. Drastic. Have you ever heard of Mr. Drastic? He's a UK rapper. He's not too bad. He's got some decent flow and good rhymes and shit. I find the UK rappers, they got what's the word? Like they put more effort into their rhymes. They have more fluidity, it seems. I don't know why. Maybe there's fucking less fluoride in the water. I thought a lot of GMOs were banned in Europe. That's what they had us led to believe. Not that I believe anything they say, because the whole word is based around a lie, to be lied to. I had a whole bunch of other words. Man, I was watching a video. Who put it up? And it was really good. I have to put up a link with the videos talking about words. Oh, wow. Ugh, that's nasty. They got chlorine in our water. Now, I know Calgary, Alberta, they have fluoride in their water, I believe. But besides that, there might be 1 or 2 municipalities, but that's it. Now, I do know that the chlorine they put in it creates some type of toxicity. I know it kills all of the healthy flora in your stomach. No, never heard of a People's Army. I'm guessing that's a rap group as well. Yeah, I bet. Same with people over here. They're like, what? What do you mean you got different toothpaste? I'm like, yeah, man. Non-GMO, non-fluoride, non-preservative, non-harmful chemical toothpaste. Costs 3 times as much as what your toothpaste do. Because my body is worth it. But you guys don't think your body is worth it. That's why you pump it full of all kinds of harmful chemicals without even reading the label. If you buy something that is like an apple and it says ingredients on it, don't buy it. Seriously. Something like, cereal should be whatever they use, like an oat or a wheat type of product, a grain, some sugar, maybe some berries, and that's it. Oh my God, yes. It's one of the ways they're able to make so much money is just keep polluting everything. I mean, even the products don't taste the same. I used to love Kit Kat bars, and I don't even find they taste the same anymore. It's like almost everybody now is using these watered down products. I heard that dentists were the highest in, when it comes to professions, in the suicides. They were the highest in the categories. Army True, Nate 13, Loki. Yeah, Loki I like. Army True, Nate 13. See, I wish it would save all that. Wait, let's hold. Can I save it? Can I save it? Yes. All right, I got it. Now I'll be able to look it up after. Because that's a couple. You know, they try to tell us that, oh, the automobile companies, they just had nowhere to get rid of their chemicals, so they just figured they'd put it in the drinking water. No, that's not the case. Not at all. They knew about this a long time ago. They just discovered that, hey, we can also use this. So they probably had that plan the whole time. It was like, let's make vehicles out of this product because we know that the runoff we can use for this. You know, which is to make the population docile, calcify your glands and make your bones brittle and make you sick so you have to go to them all the time. So you're complaining and whining to them. Help me, save me. Pump me full of formaldehyde. Give me some aspartame, I'm overweight. Yeah, of course they will, because they're indoctrinated. My aunt is a doctor, and I had a huge argument with her about different things, and she said, I said, well, where do you get your information from? The medical journal is what she said. So she gets a literal medical journal sent to her. Global faction. All right. Oh, it went away. Yeah, so she gets all of her information from the medical journal. One source of information. That's it. This is what we're dealing with. These are the professions. The other institutions, the professors in these institutions that are teaching people, they get their information from these other institutions. So it's all indoctrinated information. None of it can be trusted. And when you challenge them on it, boom, you can hear it. It's like, what was that? It's like, oh, that was his cognitive dissonance switch going off because you said something that contradicts, or sorry, something that opposes their belief system, their core rooted, yes, this is it, and I believe it without actual facts because I was told so repetitively and I was told to repeat it and then I was told to write it on an exam and I got graded for it and I was given a good mark and I felt happy because they told me that I did good. Fucking idiots. I really do. If there's one thing that I want to be true, and that's when you do pass, at least for a moment, even if you don't remember it in your next life, at least it carries on with you as a vibration in your body so that you know next time, hey, I fucked up. Hey, I shouldn't do this anymore. Like, I got fooled really bad. Like, maybe that's what happened to me. Maybe that's why I am the way I am. Because I fucking knew, because maybe I was in one of these professions before. Maybe I did do something and I did, you know, just ignore everything and was complacent and people got hurt because of when I could have done something. And now I'm like, nope, I'm going to do it. And whether I knew it or not, because in first of my life, I had no idea about anything that I knew now. Like, I was indoctrinated heavy. You know, I had 80s and 90s all up until grade 10, end of grade 10. Then I started smoking weed. Grades went down to mid 80s, low 80s, and then I finished with a 70. Had to go write my GED because I needed one credit. One credit. And it wasn't even an actual, like, what you would call, you know, a determining factor of whether, oh, I think he's, you know, I think he knows enough to go to university or college. No, it wasn't that. It was like an extracurricular course. It was some entrepreneur course. And at that time, I didn't want to be in school no more. I seen it was just a joke. And now I was starting to wake up to everything. And all at that same time, boom, 9/11 happened while I was in grade 12. Yeah, no, that's exactly what they call it here, a GED. But we call it a good enough diploma, right? Because it's good enough to get what you want. You know, it's ridiculous. They want you to go to school and go through all this shit. Now, it's more of a social experiment and an indoctrination so that they give you all the information that you think that you need to know. And then you go out there going, oh, I know all this information, and then you compare it with other people who went and learned the exact same stuff, and the ones that don't really care about it, whether they see the fallacy in or not, that brings opposing arguments, and then you guys start bouncing off each other, and then you don't agree, and then creates more segregation. It's hilarious. Like, you got to give them kudos sometimes, just for a moment. Just, you know, like, just to be hateful all the time, it doesn't work. That's why I say with the sarcasm. So we should just take a moment. You know, don't close your eyes because it might sneak up on you and stab you in the back. But, you know, keep your wits about you. But just for a moment, just go, all right, I'm going to save that one. You know, just for a moment, just give them kudos and be like, hey, you guys put the time and the effort in. You know, you put the work in. You made a plan and you're carrying it out. It's working, you know, like the natives say, livocation. But they got dedication, right? Because they're trying to kill us. So it's dedication, not livocation. I'll leave you with that one. I got to go pick up my woman from work. It was a good chat, though. Next video now, maybe we'll actually talk about some solutions, pick a particular topic, and then talk about some solutions and how we can move forward to it, whether it's individually or collectively. Peace.